Hello, Cousin Johnny here. We'd like to thank our sponsors for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Thank you, that garlic stuff. If you like garlic, you're going to love it. Put it on just about anything. That garlic stuff. Tuesday, Alvarado Farmers Market, or go to thatgarlicstuff.com. Thank you. Thank you, I Heart You Candles and Gifts. 222 17th Street, Pacific Grove. Beautiful hand-poured candles made with love. Go see Sherry at 222 17th Street in Pacific Grove. I Heart You Candles and Gifts. Thank you. Thank you, MaxFit Meals, 520 Fremont Street. Grab and go healthy meals. They're delish. On your way from home from work, go grab some, heat them up, and fantastic. Thank you, Suds Cyber Laundry, 709 Lighthouse, Pacific Grove. Great modern machines, big screen TV, coffee, and a great friendly staff. Thank you, Suds. Thank you, the Whiskey Club, 425 Alvarado Street. Over 600 whiskeys to choose from. Go on in, relax, enjoy a nice whiskey. They also have a bottle shop. It's great. Great place to relax and enjoy. Tell them a cousin sent you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, storyteller, author, and all-around good guy, Tony Albano. Tony has written 3 books, the latest being Cherish, about a New York teenager and a nun find love. Thank you, Tony. And if you want to order the book or find out more about Tony, go to Tony, Tony, Albano, Albano, storyteller.com. Check it out. Thank you. Thank you, sponsors, for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Hello, how's everybody doing out there? Cousin Johnny here, bringing you another show. So if you're like me and, you're getting off work or you're going to a meeting or you're just running around and you're driving home and it's like, oh, God, I got nothing to eat. I got nothing defrosted. I don't have the energy to go to a store. Well, we got the answer, and that's MaxFit Meals, nutritious, great, delicious nutrition meals. Grab them, go, heat them up, and you're in heaven. So today, I'd like my guest, special guest today, is the owner, creator, CEO of MaxFit Market and MaxFit Meals. Please welcome Kris Spencer. Hey, Kris.
Hey, Johnny. Thanks for having me, buddy.
How
Pleasure
you doing?
to be here.
Thanks for coming on. And
always,
Kris, I want to congratulate you on your business. How long have you been in business now?
It's an overnight success since 2004.
204.
So,
okay, great.
For 20 years. We're actually missed a good party. I should have thrown a big party. We're actually going to plan probably sometime in the spring a 20 and a half year anniversary party. There's always so much going on, but we got to make the time for it. But it's been a 20-year journey of all this.
I think that's great. Plus, congratulations. You have a store in Salinas. You have one right there at 520 Fremont in Monterey, and now you got one in Marina. So congratulations on the Marina store.
Thank you. Yeah, that store is doing great. Marina is a great town. It's, like for the peninsula, there's a lot of youthful energy, a lot of college students, and I think that's like a really up and coming area. So MaxFit is happy to be a part of the community there, and yeah, so all good things are happening.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
You got Trader Joe's coming in. I mean, you got all kinds of housing being built. So
yeah, Trader Joe's. A lot of families, a lot of our demographic, a lot of working professionals. It's everyone that lives on the peninsula. I'm sure a lot of your your viewers live on the peninsula, it's kind of not a lot of growth has been happening everywhere, right? But Marina seems to have a lot of positive growth, and it's be the future for the younger, middle age.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of breweries, just a lot of action going on. Yeah, all good things happening.
That's great. So, Kris, you grew up in Aptos, if I remember right, right?
Aptos, Corlitos. Yeah. Unfortunately, my
Okay.
parents ended up getting divorced, and my dad lived in Corlitos out in the countryside, and my mother lived in Seascape, Aptos area. So yeah,
I
good place.
remember back in the day, we used to work out. I think we worked out together a couple times.
Yeah.
So did that?
Well, you had the dumbbell workout book
Oh
that
yeah, the
we used to
dumbbell workout.
sell. Well,
Yeah.
that's the first time I heard about you. There was we had my boss at Max Muscle in Santa Cruz on 41st Avenue was where I first got into this business. I was about 24 years old, and I'm 50, so that's how long I've been selling supplements and been around this industry. But he had it was Johnny's dumbbell workout, and I think your cover was you in Lovers Points or something with some dumbbells. But that's how I first got introduced to you, and I don't even know the year, but it was 24. I was 24 years old, so 26 years ago, I heard about Johnny Aliotti and his dumbbell
Yeah.
workouts, and you were ripped and somebody that I honestly was admired because of your physique, and you seemed older to me. I don't know, what were you? Probably younger than me, maybe at that time, but
At that book time, I was like 50,
there you
51.
go. You're my age, and
Yeah.
certainly a lot better shape at 50 than I am now. But you were ripped, so yeah, you're
Thank
very
you.
inspirational, man. So
Thank you, Kris. So
welcome. Yeah,
during
you're
that
welcome.
era, did you decided that you were gonna open up a store? Is that?
I just wanted to say one thing, Johnny.
Oh,
Like, um, you never know how you impact people's lives. So you made that book. You never realized it. You sold it. You got it out there, but we never know how we touch people's lives and inspire people. And even all those years ago, there's pre-social media. Um, it's cool to be talking to you 26 years later, and we're still cooking with gas, right? But
yeah.
so yeah. I guess your question. What was your question? Was when I was 24 years old, I had no real direction really. Had just come back. I'd lived in Europe for about a year, just kind of meandering around, working odd jobs and finding out who I was, best of times, the worst of times, going without food, but meeting fast, making fast friends, because when you don't have anyone to lean on, rely on, sometimes it teaches you to, get out of your comfort zone and make friends and build deeper relationships. It's kind of like I hear a similar situation with people that join the military, right? You're out of your comfort zone. You're away from all your family, your friends, your old companions from way back. So I had just come back and was kind of floating through life, and I started working out pretty regularly. And I got this job at Max Muscle as a side job, not intending to ever really get deeply into this business, but I just wanted to be around the energy. As you know, it's extreme working out. It's a road less traveled, especially back then. You didn't have social media, and gyms were hardcore, and I wanted to be around the hardcore
Yeah.
aspects of it.
Right.
And that store was hardcore. It was all bodybuilding, and it had all the pros of the day. Had Cutler and everybody. It was, Lee Priest and all these characters. I think
Oh
we even
yeah.
have probably a picture of you on the wall. Eventually, your daughter.
Yeah.
Um, but it was hardcore. It was another community that was quick friends. We're bonded together because we all had a passion for growing and pushing ourselves. So I just wanted to be around it, and it kind of evolved into here I am today. 26 years later, and it's been a journey. But yeah, I never dreamed of doing any of this stuff. So
We definitely have a bond, that, Kris, like you said, over 20 something years. And so you opened up a Max Fit in Salinas. Is that your first store?
we did, yeah. Sorry about the background noise.
No, fine.
Yeah. We did. Actually was a franchise that I had, and the franchise was expensive and there wasn't a lot of support, but that's what got me on this journey of starting my own business. It basically taught me the fundamentals of running a business, and was able to break away from the franchise and chart onto my own path.
Created something very special when you created MaxFit Meals. I mean, how did that happen? I mean, are you like, do you have a culinary background and you just,
No, yeah, just like to eat.
that's good. Yeah.
No, it's so the initial need that I had for, first of all, I opened a store, which I think you've had store in your background, right? Like, or experience in restaurant work and
Yeah.
retail.
Right.
So it's very time consuming, especially when you're the owner and you don't have a lot of, initially didn't have a lot of employees and would put in, 50 hours, 60 hours a week. I had a need personally, for healthier stuff, because you can't really get a lot of good stuff on the go, and especially 8-10 years ago when we started the brand. So I would bring in food that my friend was making up in Modesto, and it was healthy chicken, brown rice, broccoli, and we'd put
Yeah. Beautiful.
cleaner
Yeah.
seasoning. So it was something like a light bulb went off in my head where I had a need. I was buying food, and then I started like actually selling this gentleman's food, and it kind of worked into a good relationship where we had the store. I was selling his food, and then I just started like selling so much of his food that he couldn't meet the demand anymore. And I thought there was always some improvements that I could make on the product. So eventually, it went from selling somebody else's food in my location to actually manufacture our own stuff, and I think the point where we couldn't meet the need was like 100 meals a week, right? I was buying 100 meals a week. That was his point where he couldn't produce that amount of food anymore, and I kind of was like so excited when I sold 100 meals a week at that point, and kind of outgrew him. And now we're up to 3,500 meals a week out of our locations, and it's kind of, sometimes you got to pinch yourself, you know.
Chris, that
Yeah,
is
so I mean, we're up
absolutely, that's mind blowing.
12 to 15. Yeah, I mean, we've to the point we've sold over a million, I think 1,000,002 meals via the store channels and online. So yeah, I've been kind of going, and not slowing down, and with the family, which is very important to me, being present for my wife and children.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Great.
brand, time goes like that, and it's a million plus, 1,000,002 meals that we've sold, and I'm just hungry for more. But it's been a real great asset. I think it's like, for me, going from the retail aspect to manufacturing to servicing the community and providing a need for the community, it's brought a lot of like pride, a lot of deeper meaning to me than just making money. It's been a very rewarding journey. I've grown tremendously as a person. I just feel that God has blessed me with all of this stuff, and I just take it very seriously. And I want to continue on and just be an example to others that you can forge your own path, and with hard work, discipline that I got from lifting weights. I don't
Yes.
know if you lift the weights anymore. I do cardio, and I try to do some calisthenics, but that's not the major passion anymore for me. It's transitioned into, being the best business owner, providing the best products. And that's kind of like secondary, because as you know, the bodybuilding is a little extreme, and sometimes not all that stuff's the best for your health, right? Like,
No, it's not. Yeah.
it's extreme. But I've, like, the skateboarding I did when I was a kid, like I did it to jump off buildings and stuff like that. And now at this point in my life, I want to do things the right way for longevity and for myself, my family, and the people around me.
That's,
So yeah,
that's
so it's been an
fantastic.
incredible blessing. So
That's beautiful, Chris.
thank
So
you.
I do a couple of light weights, but now I'm a pickleballer.
Yeah,
I'm one of those fanatic pickleballers now.
that's
So
cool. Where do you do that at these days?
I've been off of Wheeler Street in
Oh,
Seaside.
cool.
Have
Cool.
a couple courts, 4 courts, and then up at Meadowbrook at the tennis club up there on the
which
top.
is probably a good community and a lot of
Oh,
friends and
God,
relationships.
it's
Yeah.
great. It kind of reminds me of when we worked out, how that bond was. We got a bond now with these pickleballers.
Nice. And I think
Yes.
even working out's changed. Like I go to the gyms, I don't recognize it's fine. It's for today's generation that works. But things are different from back the old grungy, like
Oh yeah.
dusty gyms where, guys were always covered up in hoodies and weren't flexing in tank tops all the time. And
Yelling, and yeah,
yeah, you could yell, you could throw weights, you could deadlift.
yeah.
It was
I re-
encouraged.
I remember those days. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're Mac. When I've had your meals, Kris, they're quality meals. I mean, made by, you got a chef, right? A really great chef. I mean,
Yeah.
that's first class. I mean, whatever you had. I mean, fettuccine, the chicken. You got
Yeah.
some Mexican dishes. I mean, they're
You're,
all
you're
quality
Italian.
stuff.
You're Italian, so I'm glad you approve. The
Yeah,
Italian dishes. My
yeah,
wife is also Sicilian, and she really enjoys. And also,
right.
her mother from Sicily. She
Perfect.
enjoys the meals too. That means a lot, right? So, I mean, we've evolved. We do have like wild and mild, and when I mean by that, like mild meaning like your brown rice, your broccoli, sweet potato
Yes.
blend. You know, um, Healthy, portion controlled, 5.5, 6 ounces of a protein, a good complex carbohydrate like a sweet potato and a broccoli, like a bodybuilder or a health enthusiast meal. And then we have like your fettuccines, but we try to be more portion controlled, less, less sodium as much as possible in that type of meal. That kind of meal is going to actually include some sodium. There's no way to get around it, but you're not going to get 3 or 4 grams like you would at this massive chain restaurant or whatever. And it's just more portion control. We try to use whole wheat pasta, leaner cuts of meat to offset. And then but at the end of the day, like you said, we have a bunch of flavorful Mexican food. We have Asian inspired dishes. So we try to have something for everyone. And we run typically about 30 different choices congruently. And that gives people an opportunity to mix it up, to eat cleaner, but also have a little variety in their life if they do choose. I know I have customers that come in for the same meal, like a chicken, brown rice, and broccoli,
Yeah.
because that's how that lifestyle, about it, right? Like there's really, if you're really on it, you can't really have a lot of variance, but you can use different seasonings, low sodium spices to change up your food. And we do have people that do that sort of thing. So yeah, we try to be all things to all people, and no matter what your macros are, we try to have something to fit your need. And there are people like you and me that are, somewhat active for the most part, but it's not
Yeah.
the core. The core focus of our point is not having like see-through skin and veins popping out all over. We just don't want to die earlier, and then we want to have less sodium and feel better, less
Right.
bloating.
You're
A lot of
right.
reports back that like our food processes better. We're able to digest it better because we just don't have all the preservatives. And I don't know how much this means to a lot of your viewers, but recently we've deleted any seed oils, so we don't cook with canola, vegetable
Okay.
oils
Yeah, that's
now,
important. Yeah. Yeah.
which was very sparingly used in the past, but we would spray the grill with some cooking oils and stuff like that. Now we're just exclusively olive oil and beef tallow. So I kind of eliminated a lot of that stuff from my own personal diet, and I felt a lot healthier. I felt my digestion a lot better.
Yeah.
So it
Right.
was in alignment with our core values since I'm personally eating, my wife's eating, seed oil free for the most part. We wanted to also offer that to our customers. So we're in alignment with our own core values. So that's something that we recently did a few months ago, and people have been loving that aspect of our meals as well. So
Like I, yeah.
go ahead.
I was saying also, sorry to interrupt you, but
No, no problem. Yeah.
I was when I opened up the show, I mentioned that not only of everything you said, but just a simple thing of just convenience. Driving home, you're
Oh yeah.
starving. You can get a beautiful meal at
Sure.
MaxFit Meals.
Sure.
And, it's a quality meal, and it's great.
And we also some other changes we've made is we increase the portion size, right? So it's an incredible value. Like, depending on what your macros are, some elderly people, which is a good big demographic of ours as well, they'll cut them in half. Either if there's a couple, they'll share it. There's enough food for two people. I mean, if you're a bodybuilder, it's enough for one person, but there's also, you can squeeze out a couple of meals if you're a lighter eater, or you don't need as many calories at once. So you can get a great value, whether like I said, you need a 600 calories at once, or if you can survive off 300 and you want to spread that out throughout the day, and you could get that on the go. It's clean. It lasts long. We have a shrink wrap machine that you get a good amount of life from the meals, so you don't have to worry about buying them like from a to-go restaurant or whatnot, and it goes
Yeah,
bad the
right.
next day. They
Yeah.
last.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, and we also some other changes we've made inside. We increased the portion
Sorry,
size,
John.
right? So
Right.
it's an incredible value. Like depending on
Sorry,
what your
John.
macros
I know
are.
it's a,
Technology, man.
Which is a good big demographics of ours. As well, they'll cut them in half.
I must have hit some wrong button.
all right, but she's verifying what you just said, Kris.
Yeah, right.
Also, what I want to tell the listeners out there that when if you're not working out or whatever and you see MaxFit, it's not a hardcore. It's like caters to anybody that wants to. You don't even have to work out. You just want a good meal, go grab it. I
Sure.
mean,
Sure.
not just for workout buffs. It's for everybody.
No, unfortunately, the name started 20 years ago. Or fortunately, it's a really well-known name, but it started 20 years ago, and the fact of the matter is we can't change it now. But it doesn't really, it really kind of like does sound a little more hardcore. And like I said, it's too late to change. But you'll have seniors coming in here. You have a big, here in the store in Salinas, I have a local high school that floods in, and all the athletes and the students are come buying the smoothies. I don't know if we touched on that. The smoothies are a big part, which unfortunately you hear going off in the background, but that's a big part of our business. We at two of our locations, Salinas and Marina, we sell a ton of like protein smoothies, blended, frozen fruit with actual full 30-gram dose of protein included, almond milk. And so that's why, it's like a first full circle. You can come get a meal. We sell healthy smoothies that include a higher dose of protein than most places out there. And then you can get your supplements. So that's where the name MaxFit Market came from. But again, that's another element where people can come in here, high school students come in here, senior citizens, and we're able to service such a wide demographic. It's not where we started off at 20-something-year-old males, 30-something-year-old males just trying to get 20-inch arms. We do have a lot of those, and they're welcome to come here as well. But it's a blessing to see everybody come in here, from kids to
Everybody,
your
all
grandparents.
them,
Yeah.
And Kris, I got some photos here that maybe we could talk about
Let's do it.
your products. So here we go, and we got some looks like some shrimp
Carbonara.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
On the Sealy pasta.
Yep.
That's really nice.
Yes, sir.
Well, I give you credit for just the variety that you have. It's just like you said. It's not just rice and a chicken breast. I mean, you can get that, but you've got a lot of variety. I want everybody to check it out.
Nice.
Now look at that. Now you've got looks like some.
Yeah, that was
beef and broccoli.
Yeah, it was Asian dish. Yeah, that one was teriyaki beef.
Nice.
Yep. Broccoli. Yeah. The country breakfast. That's the top seller.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. And then here you got looks like some.
I believe that's chilaquiles. Or no, yeah, that is chile.
So
or
this
no,
is.
that was I forget what, I can't see from here, but yeah, that's definitely a Mexican dish that we have for sure.
The thing is it's showing that the order form. So when you go online, you can order. So that's the order form. Now,
Yeah.
Kris, you have so somebody could get on a program, right, and say, I want, these meals once a week or something like that. You have
Sure.
different programs.
Yeah. So what we have is subscription. So there's two ways you can order at maxfitmeals.com. That's our main, or there's actually multiple ways you can come in the store and just pick up food a la carte, like Johnny, you
I've
stated
done.
earlier. But you can also go to maxfitmeals.com. You can buy food a la carte, have it home delivered to your home. You could actually order it where for pickup, but on maxfitmeals.com it takes like a day, so it'll be there the next day. So you can come pick up your food that you order on maxfitmeals.com, but you could also get on our subscription plans where you different levels of subscription, whether it's a cutting plan, a lean plan, more of a higher quantity meal plan. Those can be delivered to your home on a weekly basis, and it just auto subscribes you to this plan. You can change it. You could get off anytime you want. And like I said, we can deliver those to your home. We could ship them to you anywhere on the Western United States, which we do often. Overnight food boxes to people's subscription plans. And yeah, so multiple ways. We will try to make it as easy as possible for people, to eat healthier and us to service you and make eating clean food just as more accessible to anybody out there on the West Coast of the United States. So what
There's
we
some
got
more.
there?
There's some more meals there. So
Yeah,
you've got
wraps.
a lot of variety. There's a lot of listeners out there. You got a lot of variety, and you got a testimonial here. It's great. So Kris, what's the farthest a Max Fit meal has been? I mean, where's it gone? What's the farthest one's gone?
Yeah, so we have the ability to ship anywhere in the continental United States. Unfortunately, because it's overnight, there's shipping zones in the country where it's significantly more expensive.
Yeah,
So I mean, we've shipped to New York, New Jersey, Florida. So I don't know if East Coast is the farthest we've gone, but New York City proper we've sent food to. But it gets a little bit more expensive to ship it out there. So we don't typically market our food to those areas. And we have a flat rate shipping cost. So we try to really focus on the West Coast where it's really cost effective in volume to get the food to people. So we send a lot of food to Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, different spots on the West Coast. But I think we have a pretty good following out in Arizona. But to answer your question, New York City is the farthest I think we've gone. Washington D.C. There's a lot of military that is stationed out here in the
yes,
peninsula. Officers, Defense Language Institute, Naval Postgraduate School. So that's a lot of our customers at the Monterey store, and a lot of them get moved to different parts of the country, and transferred with their careers and whatnot. And what happens is a lot of times those are the customers that stay with us because they like the food so much. So
that's really great. Yeah.
yeah.
So Kris, give us the uh, addresses of your three stores. Give us some information on how someone would get the food other
Sure.
than
So
coming down to the store and just picking it up.
yeah. So like in Monterey, you mentioned it was 520 Fremont Street, not in Seaside area. It's over next to the Mercedes dealership, almost
Yes.
where Fremont turns into Alvarado. Um, but right on Fremont, across from Mission San Carlos, not Mission, it's not a mission, the San Carlos Church there.
Yeah. Right.
But Marina, General Steelwell Drive. It's right next to beneath the Anytime Fitness, next to like Chipotle, Starbucks, in that newer part of Marina, just in front of Trader Joe's. In that newer development, we're right
Yes.
there. And then in Salinas, our biggest store is 341 Monterey Street. It's in Old Town Salinas, right off of kind of Kitty Corner with Bank of America, right where Old Town Salinas starts. We got our own parking lot. And then, of course, you can go to maxfitmeals.com. You could see our locations. You can see our offerings there and go from there. But, yeah, those are basically our 4 locations.
I just want to say that, you may be on Fremont and you don't have a parking spot. Kris has got a big lot in the back over there where the car wash is, and El Estero, in that back area. Kris has got plenty of parking, and you can come in through the back.
Definitely.
Add that.
Thank you for mentioning that, Johnny.
Yeah. So, Kris, this is great, and really appreciate you coming on and sharing MaxFit with us. And
you're welcome.
Anybody out there, you're in for a treat. So take my advice and come on in and grab some of those great meals.
And a smoothie, and if you're supplements, we also sell supplements too.
Yes, and if you want supplements, they have them too.
Protein powders, amino acids, anything you need to stay fit.
We love it. So, Kris, appreciate you coming on. Anything you want to add before we sign off?
No, I think we covered it all. Just definitely want to say thank you to you, Johnny. You're an institution in the Monterey Peninsula, so to have the opportunity to share with your deep connections. I know that being a long-time Monterey resident, yourself being a long-time Monterey resident, I've had the opportunity of meeting some of your connections, great people. So I'm just thankful, and I want to offer my appreciation for giving me your time and allowing me to, showcase our brands on Buzzin' with Cousins. So
thank you so much, Kris. I'd like to, thank you for MaxFit for letting Buzzin' with Cousins show. We've done a couple broadcasts right there at your little lounge that you call Spencer's Lounge.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for offering that for us. And also, I want to say to everybody, Kris he's a car buff, and he has 2 beautiful classic cars. What is it, a
36 Ford 5-window coupe, and then I have a 46 Ford I inherited from my father. So Spencer's Lounge is kind of like this. I'm trying to blend it all together as I age. Passions. This is a passion. The fitness is a passion. The cars are a passion. Business is a passion. And for me, there's no separation, right? It's all blended together. So you can come into MaxFit Market on a weekend. Sometimes there'll be classics. There's the back end, has car parts, has passions, Americana. There's no separation for me. It's all one.
It's all, Kris. It's fun, and it's a camaraderie with all of us here at this beautiful community.
Yeah.
So, Kris, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for everybody for tuning in. And go check out MaxFit. So, Cousin Johnny and Kris Spencer out.